These are my 3 favourite picks for the knockout stages of the upcoming World Cup. Now, getting straight into it, no dilly-dallying about, my first pick of the knockout stages is going to be France, Spain and Argentina to reach the quarterfinals at 6.1 odds, 5.5 to 1 or plus 510 if you're based in America. Now, why do I think this is going to happen? Bar the blatantly obvious reasons, I'm going to back this up with stats because that's what I'm here for. I like to provide stat-based value picks for you guys. So, starting off with France. France obviously has the group of death. We all know that. They have Senegal, Norway and Iraq. Barring Iraq. That group is very tough. Now, although the group is tough, France are an incredibly tough side to beat, and they are going to be very, very good at this World Cup, in my opinion. They're joint favourites for a reason. They should breeze that group still, even though it is the group of death. So, assuming they top that group in the round of 32, they'll face one of the best third-place teams qualifying from groups C, D, and F, G or H. So think about a team like Scotland, Australia, or Sweden. Basically, France should, breeze past whatever team they face in the round of 32. Now, moving on to the round of 16, if they advance, they'll likely play against the winner of Group E, which will be Germany. Now, this is a game that people are saying, okay, this could be, slightly tough for France, but I still think France have so much power in their squad this tournament that they should be able to beat Germany. A Germany that's not the Germany we've known in recent years, not at least I think anyway. So I think, for France side of things, I think they have that covered. Now, moving on to Spain. Spain have Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde in their group. So again, this is a group that they should be winning. And if they win this group, they will face the runner-up of Group J. Now, the Group J features Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. So if they play against the runner-up of Group J, it should be against Austria or Argentina, depending on, how Argentina do in the group stages. Now, obviously, they're going to want to play Austria, but just because they want to play Austria does not mean they're an easy side. This Austria team is very, very decent and has been very dangerous in recent years. So, again, it will not be an easy match, but my reason behind this, Spain are just so good right now, arguably the best team in the world in international football, so I think they should win that. And then round of 16, they'll square off against the winner of match 83. Which will be the runner-up of Group K versus the runner-up of Group L. So it'll probably be a team like Croatia or Colombia. So, I think if they get past Austria there, they should be able to get past Croatia or Colombia. And once they've done that, they'll be into the quarter-final. Now, the last team, obviously, here is Argentina. Now, if Argentina win their group, which is Algeria, Austria, and Jordan, which I think they should. Although I said previously Austria are very good, I do think Argentina will just edge that group. And then if they win that, they'll play the runner-up of Group H in the round of 32, which will be against Uruguay or probably Saudi Arabia. I think they win either of them games. And then round of 16 is this is where the debatable one comes in. A lot of people have different opinions. It will be Argentina versus Portugal probably. Now, this is a very, very, very cool game for loads of reasons. You have Messi v Ronaldo, obviously. But I do think Argentina do just top them. Everyone's sort of overhyping Portugal at this World Cup, and I think, obviously, they will be good. They have the best midfield, arguably, in the world right now. But that front line just does not look that good to me. I'll be completely honest. Ronaldo is past it. Neto isn't that great. And it doesn't scream to me as scary, the front line. The core's good, the defence is good, but we're yet to see how good that attack's going to be. And Ronaldo did severely underperform his XG in recent times with Portugal, so again, it's going to be a factor when it comes to that. But yeah, that's basically their routes for all these 3 teams to make it through to the quarterfinals. And I think it's very possible for all of them to do that. And at the odds of 6.1, there's definitely value there. Even if it doesn't happen, the true odds for this should probably be around 3.5 to 4, maybe, in my opinion. And we're getting 6.1s here. So again, that is definitely a value pick for me right there. Now, my second pick, not a lot of people have been talking about this, and I do definitely think it's a possibility. My next pick is Ecuador to reach the round of 16 at 2.5 odds plus 150 if you're in America. Now, why Ecuador? Now, there's a few reasons for me. They perform very well in World Cup qualifying. Second of all, they have a very, very nice route through to the round of 16. So if we take a look here, I'll tell you who they are in a group with. So in their group, they have Ivory Coast, Germany, and Curacao. Now, I definitely do believe they could even win this group, and a lot of people don't want to have that conversation because I definitely think it's possible. They only conceded 5 goals in 18 qualifying matches during, obviously, the qualifying campaign, which is ridiculous. The spine of their team is so strong, and it's so important to have a strong spine when you're at any sort of international football tournament. Obviously, with Caicedo, Hincapié, Pacho as well. Like, we're talking, you know, a very, very strong spine. Estupinan from AC Milan as well. They're being overlooked, I'm telling you now. So, yeah, if they end up winning that group, they'll play against a third-place qualifying team from Group A, B, or C. And if they finish second in the group, they'll play the runner-up of Group I, which will be either France, which in my opinion won't be France. It will either probably be Senegal or Norway. Now, I think they beat either Senegal or Norway. So if they, you know, do finish second in the group, I do definitely think they'll reach the round of 16. And if they don't finish second in the group, and I think they still have a very good chance of beating whatever team they'll come against if they win their group. So Ecuador, for me, is probably the most value pick to reach a round of 16. People are saying Morocco, but Morocco will have a very, very tough round of 32 game, if I believe correctly, I think. So, yeah, I definitely do think, in the grand scheme of things, Ecuador is the best round of 16 pick. Now, my third and final pick, this one's a bit rogue. I know it's a bit rogue, but it's going to be Netherlands to win the World Cup at 22x odds plus 2,100. So, of course, I'm not saying Netherlands will win World Cup, but I definitely think there's value in this bet. I don't think they're 22x odds likely to win the World Cup. I'd say the realistic odds for them to win the World Cup should be a lot lower, you know, near 12s to 14s probably. And this is why. I think they have extremely good defensive depth. We're talking Van Dijk, Van Hecke, Ake, Timber, Dumfries. Like, they have so many high-quality players. Van der Ven, I forgot to say as well. You know, we're talking about absolutely incredible defensive players. And they've proven before, Netherlands, that they can do it in big tournaments. They just got very unlucky, obviously, in the Euros against England. They got unlucky against Argentina. That could have gone either way in that penalty shootout. So, you know, we're not talking about a team that's just going to come out of nowhere and perform. We're talking about a team that has done very well in recent tournaments, and people are definitely overlooking them as well. They have a very good midfield, obviously with Reinders, Frenkie de Jong, Gravenberch. That's a very, very elite midfield. We can't look over that as well. The only thing about Netherlands is maybe their attacking force. You know, they got Gakpo. You know, he can turn up sometimes for Netherlands, but that's their only sort of thing that people think, okay, this could be an issue here. But they also have a very favourable path. So if they top their group, which they should do, I think in that group it's not, you know, the easiest of groups, but it's definitely not the toughest. I think Netherlands should come out on top of that group. Then they have a very nice path all the way through to the quarters, and from the quarters onwards, you know, it's anyone's to grab. You know, if you have a great game, you're through to the semis. One more good game, you're in the finals. You know, it's anyone's to grab at that point. So I think Netherlands definitely are the most overlooked team, and if you want a value bet, even each way on this would be decent. But I only do straights. I don't do each ways. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know your bets for the knockout stages down below, and yeah, I'll see you soon.